Okay, now that we understood some of the general idea of the connection between the topics inside the Torah, now we're going to explain what do we do with these maps. If we were to map out the different topics and the different connections, we're going to come up with a very interesting type of mind map that the Rebbe wants to teach us, to understand the Torah, to understand the world that we live in, to understand Ruchnius, to be able to bring us closer by looking from the outside, to be able to slowly dig deeper and deeper and deeper to find Ruchnius and to understand how to connect to Kodesh Baruch Hu. So there are a number of different methods of, simple uses for this type of map. And the first one is Havana Shel Likutei Moharan, understanding Likutei Moharan. This here on the right hand side is my writing, on the left hand side is the sources. So understanding Likutei Moharan, understanding Havanas Achavilas Vaksharim B'neim Hu Derech Shel Havanas Likutei Moharan, like we explained inside before, that this is the way the Rebbe wanted us to learn Likutei Moharan. And here there's a quote from Parparas L'Chachma that we already saw. Next one is Nuisen derech lekasher toiras rabbeinu im shachel kiatera kamosha ose Rav Nosson b'Likutei Halachos. And we're going to see dugma b'daf haba. We're going to see an example for this soon. But this will give us understanding the map, understanding all the different connections between everything. Will give us the ability to be able to link in the rest of Torah into Likutei Moharan. When we understand how the connections work, we'll be able to see how to link in, as we're going to see later on. In Likutei Halachos it says, "Kol ma she'efshar lachtor v'limtzo b'torasenu hakadosha al pi yasodos hakadoshim v'anoraim." Whatever we can find to understand, to be machadish, to understand our Torah based on the yasodos, the foundations of the Rebbe's Torahs of Likutei Moharan, then mitzvah aleinu la'asok b'zeh b'chol kochenu. It's a mitzvah for us to be osek in this, to deal with this as much as we can. Ki kol ma shenizke lechadesh b'Torah al pi hakdamos hakdoshos shelo, as much as whatever we can be mechadesh, whatever chidushim we can make using the Rebbe's hakdamos, using the Rebbe's connections and the Rebbe's explanations for the different topics, yu nimshachim v'nisgalim ma'ideze mayanei hayeshua lekol. You'll draw mayanos, flowing brooks, rivers, for everybody. Ki ha'itzos aniflos. Ki etzos niflos v'soros niflo v'musar haskel amiti lachios nafshos rabos ad ein tachlis. Because the Rebbe's Torahs are tremendous musar and tremendous understanding that will be machai, tremendous. That will give strength to tremendous amounts of people. Ad ein tachlis, infinite amount of strength or infinite amount of people it will be able to reach out to. So if you could say a vort on the parsha using a connection and using an idea, using a chiddush that the Rebbe had, then it'll bring tremendous things to the world. So here we have a mitzvah. Rav Nosson is saying it's a tremendous mitzvah to use these hakdamos and these principles that we learn in Likutei Moharan to make chidushim. And when you understand the interconnection between the topics in Likutei Moharan, you'll be able to understand how to connect it from the Torahs in Likutei Moharan into a parsha or into halacha or into different things, into different parts of the Torah. And that is what Rav Nosson is doing in Likutei Halachos, as we're going to see. Rav Nosson is taking a halacha, a topic, and connecting it in, linking it in through the connections that we were taught in Likutei Moharan, and also he's using connections that the Rebbe taught in Likutei Moharan, and through that explaining halachas and explaining different aspects in Torah. Exactly what Rav Nosson is saying to do here in Likutei Halachos Orach Chaim. And the third thing is that it gives us a way to understand the ramazim, the hints, to understand the world that we live around us. So basically the same thing, also mahalach shel Likutei Halachos, we could use the same principle, the same ways that Rav Nosson used with the Rebbe's Torahs to connect it in to the Torahs of Pshat or of Sod or of other aspects of the Torah. We can use those same things also to understand the secrets, understand the depth behind what is going on in our own lives. Very simple things and very mundane things, very normal things that we just take it for granted, that there's Teva and that there's Torah, and the two things are maybe almost like disconnected. But here we can use this, as we're going to see in a second, to understand what's really going on in our own lives, or in the world around us. So in Chaim Ran, the Rebbe says, Amar shemishe baki heitev b'toraso b'sichosav hakdoshos, someone who's baki, someone who's clear in his Torahs and his sichas, tahainu b'svar hakdoshim, meaning in his farm. Roilo limtzo kol sichos ha'olam b'soch toraso hakdosha. It's fitting, it's possible, and it's realistic that he can actually find all of the sichos, all of the discussions and all of the topics that people talk about inside the Rebbe's Torahs. And there's no topic and there's no idea in the world that a person with complete understanding cannot connect in to understand according to the Rebbe's Torahs, to find inside the Torahs. Now, Rav Nosson explains what this means. This is a sicha that the Rebbe said, apparently. He says, Amar. Now, Rav Nosson here is explaining Pirush. Ki b'vadai be'emes b'chol ha'dvarim v'asichos shel ha'olam, for sure in every sicha, in every topic, and everything in the world, b'vadai yesh behem Torah b'helen, certainly there's hidden Torah inside of everything that goes on in the world. Aval im mi sheyizke legalozos, nobody can reveal the secret Torah, nobody understands, and nobody could look into every physical thing to understand the secrets inside of it. Leida hanistoros shenelam b'sichos bnei adam, to understand the hidden meanings behind what people are talking about, what's going on in the world. Ki ima nashim gdolim b'mayla ma'od ma'od, only great people can do such a thing. Aval an yedei hisgalus toraso hakdosha, through the revelations of the Rebbe's Torah, through the teachings of Likutei Moharan and other sichos and other Torahs that the Rebbe has. V'anoy Rasha Rabbeinu zichron bracha, mi shebaki b'sfarav heitev, someone who's clear in the Rebbe's farm, someone who understands the Likutei Moharan heitev very well. Yesh lo seichel k'tzas, and has a small amount of understanding. He's not on the super high madrigas that they spoke about that was necessary to understand everything. Yuchol limtzo b'chol sichos ha'olam ramazim b'Torah kedosha. One with a little bit of understanding and a knowledge of the Rebbe's Torahs can understand ramazim, can understand hints to the depth that's going on inside of everything around him and all the sichos, all the discussions that people are having around him. Even if he's not going to be tremendously intelligent or tremendously knowledgeable in Torah, he can still do such a thing. We have a series of shiurim, a topic that we're trying to discuss. We call it, it's a different topic. So we call it breadth of mindfulness, but it's understanding, being mindful, aware, learning to be aware of what's happening on around you, using these principles that we're learning in Likutei Moharan. So when a person's clear in the pathways of Likutei Moharan and the interconnection between all the topics, a person can quickly connect and interconnect the different things that are going on in his life and different things that he hears and different things that he sees, to be able to understand them in a much, much deeper way. So this is a third and very important also aspect of learning Likutei Moharan. Again, to summarize, the three things we have benefit from understanding the map of Likutei Moharan. One is we understand Likutei Moharan, study of Torah. It's very, very important. Tremendous milah to be able to understand the Sfarim of the Rebbe. The next one is to be able to understand other aspects in Torah using these links and using these connections. Like Rav Nosson does in the Likutei Halachos. The Likutei Halachos, he's taking halachas and explaining how the depth behind this halacha and the idea behind this halacha is based on and is explaining or bringing out an aspect in the Likutei Moharan, or parallel to an aspect in the Likutei Moharan. We're going to give an example of this in the next year. And the third way is understanding the hidden secrets in the world, using Likutei Moharan, understanding Likutei Moharan properly. Hashem should help. We should be zocheh to all these aspects, to all these inyanim, and through this we should bring Mashiach tzidkenu b'mher b'amen amen.